going to read the lesson, The Journey, reading A from Human Relations, that is Unit 3. Welcome to Rasalbaina English. I am Sumulata, GVMC School Architecture. If you like my videos, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Okay. After spending a leisurely Sunday at home, the very thought of returning to work on Monday is tiring. Lethargy creeps in if the holiday continues over an extended period. That is how I felt when I was preparing to return to my place of work after spending 6 months at home. The fact that I was to leave behind my newlywed wife and go to a far-off place did not help either. Obviously, I did not want to go. Sunday, article plus adverb plus adjective plus noun. This is one order. Adverb or adjective will be omitted sometimes in the order. Okay. Thought of. It is preposition. Of only follows think or thought. Lethargy means laziness. Everyone will get laziness after Sunday, that is on Monday, to go to workplace. Here the narrator is on the leave for 6 months. He came home to get married. It is common to get lethargy after 6 months to go to workplace, isn't it? Okay. Finally did decide to go. I did not have much to carry by way of luggage, just a trunk. Ours is a hilly terrain without any motorable roads, and there is no certainty that we are ever going to have any roads. In any case, while coming home, we do not carry bedding. Besides, I had come home this time round for a special purpose, to get married. My parents had arranged my marriage according to the customs of our tribal society. Time flew, and 5 months into my marriage, I realized it. Initially, I thought of extending my leave, even taking unpaid leave. But after some dilly-dallying, I finally decided against it because marriage had increased my responsibilities and I had got into debt. In a hilly terrain, I already told this order. After 2, present tense only will come. I already told that in the first lesson only. Had got, past perfect tense. After have, has, had, only third form will come. Okay. Got into phrasal verb. He finally decided to go to work because he had got into debts because of the marriage. Okay. From the bus stop, my trunk had been carried by a porter. The problem now was we could not find anyone who could help me carry the trunk to the bus stop. At another time of the year, we would have easily found someone to help me, but now most of the villagers were busy in the fields. Nobody had time to spare for me. In fact, carrying the trunk should not have been such a worry for me, except that my education had made me shun physical labor. After all, I was a government officer, and the idea of people feeling me carry my own luggage was not at all amusing. Otherwise, for a young man like me, it should not have been an issue to carry a 20-kilo chest on my back. After will, shall, can, may, would, should, could, might, only present tense will come. I already told that. Could come, positive sentence. For negative, could not come. Okay. Again, could help. Had made, past perfect tense. While he was coming home, a porter had carried his luggage when he was coming. Okay. Nobody is there to carry the luggage because villagers were busy in the fields. Education made him shun physical labor. I came up with a solution. Don't worry, I myself will see you all at Dirang. I wanted to carry his luggage, that is only one trunk, that is to Dirang. Would I allow my old father to carry my trunk? What would people think? What would they say? But I failed to dissuade him. It was decided that father would carry the chest, that is box. His old father to carry the trunk, but he could not persuade him. Persuade opposite dissuade. My old father. This is another order. Possessive pronoun, adjective plus adverb plus noun. Adverb or adjective will be missed in the order sometimes. Okay. At our place, the day I was to leave, people had come to wish me luck. It was 10:20 when I left for Dirang. My father had already left. As I had to do a bit of catching up, I walked fast. 3 kilometers down the road, I caught up with my father. Father said, "You are late. Would you like to rest for some time?" Crowd. Again the order. If you learn these orders, they will be helpful in writing the right forms of the words in 10th class exams. As it is village, many members of the village came when he was leaving. Okay. Had left past perfect tense. Okay. So many members came home to wish him luck. Of catching up, I walked fast. This is the sentence with the usage of as. We can use since also there instead of as. Before the reason, we put as or since. For the second sentence, we put comma in the beginning. They started for the bus stop. Moreover, I had to cross 2 hills on the way up to the spot. I quickly sat down on a rock. My father laughed at my plight. So, this little distance has tired you? Rest for a while, but we have to be in time for the bus. Father was quiet for some time. He thoughtfully looked at the sun for a moment, and then his eyes fell on the can of homemade wine that I was carrying. Wetting his lips with his tongue, he said in a matter-of-fact manner, "I am thirsty." Very slowly. Dilly-dallying means taking a long time to do something. Shun means to avoid something or somebody. Dissuade means to convince somebody not to do something. Plight means a difficult and sad situation. Okay. Tired. I had walked fast. Another sentence, I was tired. This is the question in 10th class exams. That is to combine with present perfect tense. Okay. When they give this question, see the verb. For the present tense of that verb, add ing form. Okay. Here had, have is the present tense. Add ing form for that and then write the sentence. Having walked fast, I was tired. Remove that full stop. Okay. Having walked fast, I was tired. Had to read. Had to write, had to listen. For compulsory work, we use had to, was to, are to, is to, were to. Okay. For some time, he sat on a rock. He asked to drink something. Okay. He poured himself a mug and handed me the can. He drank all of it at one go. He then arranged the belt that was attached to the trunk carefully on his forehead. So this was the picture. My father carrying my luggage on his back and me following him with a tiny bag in my hand. We were walking up a narrow hilly road and neither of us uttered a word, as if we were strangers who spoke different languages. I did not know what was going on in his mind. From time to time it crossed my mind that it was improper for me to let father carry the luggage. I wanted to tell him that I would like to carry the trunk myself, but my guilt and shame did not allow me to do so. This self-consciousness had probably to do with my education, the white-collar job that I had, or quite simply my pride. Somehow I had the feeling that if I carried the luggage, my father and my people, in fact the whole world, would laugh at me and I would be belittled. Plus adverb plus adjective plus noun. The white collar job, this is also the same. They took rest for some time and started again. Though he didn't like his father carrying the trunk, his education made him not to speak anything with the feeling of all the people will laugh at him. He would be belittled. Okay. Self-consciousness had probably to do with my education, the white collar job that I had, or quite simply pride. Somehow I had the feeling that if I carried the luggage, my father and my people, in fact the whole world, would laugh at me and I would be belittled. Okay. Father had provided for my education and I had been able to realize his dreams. My parents were truly proud of me. It was through me that they had earned a greater degree of admiration and respect from the villagers. My father would not like to see me carrying a trunk on my back and would be very hurt if I did so. I concluded that it would be better to let him carry it. Father was used to carrying luggage anyway. He was stronger and more skilled than I in these matters. I had never got used to physical labor, having stayed in hostels right from my childhood. So, in spite of my youth and strength, I was physically useless. I continued walking silently with my father. We rested at two places on the way and had our tiffin, but we hardly talked. Finally, we reached Dirang. The bus from Tawang had not yet reached Dirang, and so we had some time in hand. We entered a tea shop and sat facing each other. Father appeared tired. I felt sorry for him, but I could not bring myself to say anything. I asked the waiter to get us 2 cups of tea. Just I was going to take my first sip, I heard father's voice. Do you have a pair of old shoes? This self-consciousness had probably to do with my education, the white-collar job that I had, or quite simply pride. Somehow I had the feeling that if I carried the luggage, my father and my people, in fact the whole world, would laugh at me and I would be belittled. Father had provided for my education and I had been able to realize his dreams. My parents were truly proud of me. It was through me that they had earned a greater degree of admiration and respect from the villagers. My father would not like to see me carrying a trunk on my back and would be very hurt if I did so. I concluded that it would be better to let him carry it. Father was used to carrying luggage anyway. He was stronger and more skilled than I in these matters. I had never got used to physical labor, having stayed in hostels right from my childhood. So, in spite of my youth and strength, I was physically useless. I continued walking silently with father. We rested at two places on the way and had our tiffin, but we hardly talked. Finally, we reached Dirang. The bus from Tawang had not yet reached Dirang, and so we had some time in hand. We entered a tea shop and sat facing each other. Father appeared tired. I felt sorry for him, but could not bring myself to say something. I asked the waiter to get us 2 cups of tea. Just I was going to take my sip, I heard father's voice. Do you have a pair of shoes? Do you have a pair of shoes? Only off will follow proud in prepositions. Okay. In spite of complex preposition. In spite of my youth and strength, I was physically useless. This will be a question in 10th class exams. They continued their talk, not talk, walk, as strangers. They didn't talk with each other. At last, they reached the bus stop. Without talking only, they reached the bus stop. As the bus did not come, they went to drink tea. When they were taking tea, his father asked for old slippers, for his old slippers. I asked, the road is uneven and full of pebbles. It hurts while walking. He asked his father why his father was asking for old shoes only. He replied that the pebbles on the road will hurt his foot while walking, that is on the uneven road. Father's bare feet. Never having worn shoes, his feet had developed cracks and somehow resembled those of an elephant. I noticed this for the first time. I hadn't noticed that the road was uneven. I didn't have to, since I was wearing a pair of hunting boots. I checked my wallet and saw I still had around 40 rupees with me. A pair of canvas shoes would cost around 12 and the remaining amount would be enough for me to get Bomdila. His father's bare feet. Until that time, he didn't notice that. So, he wanted to buy a new pair because there was enough money for him to go to Bomdila. Okay. Give me an old pair. You don't have to spend money on the shoes. I could not convince him to buy a new pair. Reluctantly, I gave him the hunting boots I was wearing. I then took out my pair of leather shoes from the trunk and noticed my father's face lighting up with contentment. Suddenly, he looked at me and said, "Take care, write to us." Father wanted to say something, but the bus started moving. I saw my father gradually receding into distance. I saw that the road we had come by looked like a giant motionless rope. Father would use the same road to go back home. Simultaneously, our journey started in two opposite directions, with me seated in the luxurious seat of a bus and father walking back with weary legs on the pebble-strewn road. Weary legs means tired legs. Only wanted to take his old shoes but not new ones. Though he didn't like to give old shoes, he gave the wearing boots. He took another pair of shoes from the trunk. He took the old boots with contentment. His father took the old boots with contentment. He got up the bus and it started. Compared here to giant motionless rope, he saw his father receding into distance because the bus was going. Their journey started again in opposite directions. He was in the luxurious seat. His father was going by walk. Okay. Today it is enough. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.